Hi guys, I hope that you're all doing really well. So today I am going to be sharing with you some new incredible men's fragrances that I really recommend that you guys go out right now and check out. Now, some of these fragrances are actually new releases and some of them are just new to my collection personally, but nonetheless, I have curated an incredible list of fragrances that you guys have never even heard me speak about, but they are my current favorite fragrances from men, and I really need you guys to go out and check them out. The first fragrance on my list is Isola Blu from Roja. Now, I'm gonna say something right now, take it with a grain of salt, but for me, this fragrance smells 90% similar to Basso from Sospiro, which if you guys follow me, you know that that is one of my favorite fragrances of all time on a man. Actually, my partner just wore it the other day, and I cannot tell you guys how much I love this DNA of a citrus, spicy, woody scent. For me, it just hits perfectly, and Isola Blu has the same DNA. Now, what you're gonna get with this fragrance is some citruses in the top, mixed with a little bit of a spiciness and a nice dry and woody base. It is absolutely fantastic. As you can see, somebody in my household is wearing this scent a lot and absolutely loves it, and that is of course Pierre. He wore this fragrance all during the summer. He only took 2 fragrances with him this summer, and Isola Blu was one of them. He wore it all summer. He wears it a lot in Dubai. It smells fantastic, but like I said, it is 90% similar to Basso from Sospiro. I would recommend you guys to have a look online and see which fragrance that you can get at the cheapest price, whether it's Basso or Isola Blu, because like I said, the DNAs are 90% similar, so just try to get the best deal. But 100%, you guys, get one of the two, because the DNA, I am telling you right now, it is spectacular. Like, this spicy, woody DNA is fantastic. Like, it smells like the most classy, sexy signature scent for a man. So whether it's Basso, whether it's Isola Blu, just get one of the two because they are freaking fantastic. So that is my first recommendation. I love it so much, but it is like Basso. Next up, I have a more affordable fragrance for you. Now, depending on where you go online, you can find this fragrance for a pretty affordable price. This is Amiri from Arabian Oud. I bought this the other day and I am totally blown away by this scent. It's perfect. Is this fragrance mind-blowing, unique DNA? No, but I am telling you right now, this fragrance smells freaking incredible on a man's skin. What you have here is a citrus vanilla with a little bit of patchouli and some soft woods in the base. There is no oud, there is no intense kind of woodiness. This is a very fresh, almost clean citrus vanilla with a bit of patchouli, and I cannot tell you how addictive this fragrance is to smell on a man. You guys, I am shocked. I went to Arabian Oud and I smelled almost everything that they have in the store. And I did find quite a few fragrances that I loved for men, but this was definitely within my top 3 for sure, you guys. Just go ahead and get this one. It smells incredible. It can work for all year round. It could definitely be a signature scent for you guys. It's fresh enough to wear in the summer, but it's also sweet enough to wear in the fall and winter. It is a 10 out of 10 with fantastic longevity and projection. This one is gonna last on your skin around 7 hours with a really good projection. People will smell you, most probably compliment you because it has a very appealing DNA, and I just really recommend it. So Amiri from Arabian Oud, an incredible pickup. I am so happy to have it, and I really recommend you guys go out and get a bottle. Not to mention the bottle, the packaging. I think this is probably my heaviest bottle that I own in my collection. Like, the cap itself is super heavy. Everything about it is totally worth the money. This next fragrance blew me away so much when I first smelled it. And you guys, I have never smelled a fragrance so complex, so unique, and so incredible for a very long time. I know that that's quite a hyped up introduction, but you guys, if you trust me and you like the fragrances that I recommend, you have to check this one out. It is called UMERIS from Soul of Makeen. Now, some of you guys bought Patrius off of my recommendation, and Patrius is a fantastic kind of fruity, sweet, vanilla leather sort of scent. I actually like UMERIS more. I recently got it maybe about 3-4 weeks ago now. And when I tell you, I was mind blown when I smelled this fragrance, especially when I smelled it on a man. It blew my mind. Now, like I said, this fragrance is extremely unique, like extremely unique, you guys. What you have in here is pink pepper, you have patchouli, you have some woods, a lot of cedar wood in here. You have a slight sweetness, a slight nuttiness, but I am telling you, this fragrance on the skin is absolutely magical. I have never smelled something so unique in years, you guys. It's very earthy. It's woody, it's slightly sweet. It almost has something a little bit nutty about it. It is just spectacular. Like when my partner wore this fragrance, I'm not joking, you guys. I told him it was the best fragrance that I have smelled on him in a very, very, very long time. That is how much I love it. I want to smell it on him 24/7 all day long. I am just in love with it. The longevity and projection is fantastic. When Pierre was wearing it, it lasted around 7 hours on his skin with a really nice projection. It's the sort of fragrance that when you smell it, you're so intrigued of what this scent is. Like, this is a man who has his life together, that clearly collects fragrances. Like, it's the sort of fragrance that you don't just smell at Bloomingdale's or at the mall in general. It's the sort of fragrance that you really have to be into collecting to even understand the scent. Like, it's just incredible. I know that I hyped this one a lot, but I hope that some of you guys will at least pick up a sample or a bottle, spray it on your skin, and just see how spectacular this DNA is. It is so unique, so unique and absolutely incredible. So UMERIS from Sol of McKean, get on this one. I love it even more than I love Patrius. This is definitely my #1 for men from Sol of McKean. It is a absolute 10 out of 10, and actually this brand has really surprised me with its quality, with just everything about it. The bottles, the juice itself, the whole entire brand has really shocked me with how much you can see the quality of the brand. So definitely check this one out. UMERIS from Sol of McKean. Guys that watch me and buy a lot of my recommendations, you have to get on UMERIS. It's fantastic. Let's switch it up to a designer. This is Dior Sauvage Elixir. You guys, I just bought this the other day because after smelling it and sampling at the airport a few weeks ago, I could not stop thinking about it. I could not stop thinking about how incredible this scent is. Wow, like wow. Now, I told you guys in a previous video, I put off sampling the Elixir because, to be honest, I really don't like the original Dior Sauvage DNA. Some of you are gonna come for me, but I don't care. It's not my thing. It just smells, for me, it just smells like every single man in the world. Dior Sauvage is a very, very common DNA, but not only that, it's very harsh. Like, I feel like it smells very harsh, but the Elixir, wow. The Elixir, you guys, is absolutely incredible. So what you have in the Elixir is lavender, cardamom, some woods, some vetiver. It is just fantastic. It's very aromatic. It is woody, but not in the same way that the original Sauvage is woody. Like, for me, that is an Ambroxan bomb. A little bit too much and a little bit too harsh. What they've done here is definitely amped up the quality of the ingredients that they've used, and it feels more smooth, it feels more blended. It just is incredible, you guys. I also get a little bit of a sweetness in there, and I also feel something a little bit vintage, which I assume is coming from the lavender because it gives off a little bit of a fougere aspect, but in the best way possible. This smells super classy, really masculine, really sexy, and actually it reminds me a little bit, like 1%, but it does kind of remind me of Haltan from Parfums de Marly from far away. Smelling on the blotter, not so much, but smelling it from far away, it does remind me a little bit of Haltan, and I love Haltan, so I'm very happy about that. The Sauvage is more aromatic, more fougere-esque than Haltan. Haltan is more sweet and woody, but I do feel a slight similarity, and I am obsessed with the Sauvage Elixir. I think it smells incredible. Longevity and projection is great. When my partner was wearing this, I think I smelled it on him for around 8+ hours, so it is very, very beast mode, and it has a huge projection. So I love it. I think it's fantastic, and I really, really recommend it to you guys. The next fragrance, you guys, I have been waiting for months to get a bottle of this scent because I smelled it at Essence in Milan earlier this year. I'm gonna show it to you. This is Kajal IV. You guys, when I smelled this at Essence, I literally told the founder of the brand that this was the best thing that I smelled at Essence. I cannot tell you how incredible this fragrance is. It's definitely my #1 fragrance from Kajal for men. This fragrance right here is the most sexy, sweet leather fragrance for men that I have ever tried. This is a leather fragrance, but not in a way where the leather smells super harsh and super rough. The leather in here is very smooth and suave and smoky, but in the best way possible. There is also a really prominent sweetness going on, so make sure that you do like your sweeter fragrances, but I am telling you, when my partner wore this one, this fragrance on a man is so incredibly addictive. It's sweet, smoky, leathery. It's slightly boozy as well. There is a booziness in here. This fragrance right here, I know is going to become super popular within the community. I just have a feeling that everyone is gonna rush out, smell this, buy it, and it's gonna become really hyped. What you have in here is leather and rum and vanilla, and it's just so good, you guys. Like I said, the leather is very smooth, which personally I love. You know, if you watch me, that I find it hard to appreciate some leather scents that smell too harsh and too rough. In Kajal IV, it is done in such a sexy way. Very smooth, smoky, very sweet, super addictive, almost creamy in a way. And it's just, I cannot tell you guys enough how incredible this one is. Beast mode. Keep in mind, this is a beast mode scent. Absolutely beast mode. This is going to last around 8 hours on your skin with a huge projection. People will smell you, most probably compliment you, and it's definitely my favorite recent release from Kajal. Really great fragrance, Kajal IV. Fantastic. Go and check this one out, guys. Next up, we have Parfums de Marly Althair. Now, you guys have all been asking for my opinion on this scent, so I'm going to give it to you. And maybe it's not what you think. Althair is the newest release from Parfums de Marly. I have seen it going around on the internet for weeks now. I've been so excited to smell it. And I do want to say this is a very unisex fragrance. Like, it's definitely not something I would consider masculine. So if that concerns you, then stay away from Althair, because it definitely has a prominent note of orange blossom, which I haven't really seen anybody mention that very much online. Most people say that this is a cinnamon, vanilla, woody scent, whereas I am telling you guys, the orange blossom in here is quite obvious. Like, it almost smells like the masculine alternative to Love Don't Be Shy from Kilian. Like, if they kind of made that scent a little bit more unisex rather than feminine, I feel like it would smell like Althair. The orange blossom is there at the front and center. There is a freshness which is beautiful about it, which might be coming from the orange blossom. There is a beautiful bright freshness in the top, mixed with that gorgeous vanilla note. And I also feel a prominent note of gaiac wood. You feel the gaiac wood in the base because it kind of gives off a smoky, woody touch. So you feel the orange blossom, you feel the vanilla, and you feel this kind of smoky gaiac wood base, and it smells absolutely fantastic. It does appeal to women and men, so it's fantastic. Althair from Parfums de Marly. Longevity and projection is good. It's not as good as some other Marlys, but on my skin I get around 7 hours, I would say, with a minimal projection. So I am loving this fragrance right now on myself, but also on men. I think it smells incredible. So really recommend it. Althair from Parfums de Marly. This is another one of my absolute favorite fragrances that I have tried all year for men. This is Houbigant Ambre des Abyyses. Now, this is a newer launch from the brand. They actually launched a collection of 4, and Ambre des Abyyses is by far my favorite from the collection. I have been so excited to talk about this scent, you guys, that I just cannot wait for other people to smell this scent, because wow, like I am telling you right now, this one is also a fragrance that I think is gonna pop off online. It is incredible. What you're gonna get with Ambre des Abysses is a very fresh, minty amber fragrance. You do feel that kind of classic fougere DNA. Like you definitely do feel something slightly classic, but in the best freaking way possible. Like if you wanna smell like a super sexy businessman, Ambre des Abysses. This is truly, truly, truly spectacular. I will put the notes on the screen for you guys, but what I get is a sweet, minty, kind of green, fresh, just incredible fragrance, like absolutely incredible. I really hope that some of you guys check this one out if you like the look of the notes. This is mind-blowing, and also not to mention that this is another fragrance that is going to last for hours on your skin. Even though it is more of a fresh scent, it's gonna last a really long time and leave a beautiful trail behind you. I don't know why more people are not talking about this one. It is an absolute 10 out of 10. And like I said, there is something slightly vintage, so I would not recommend this to like a 17-year-old, for instance, but 20s upwards, you can definitely wear this scent and you're going to smell incredible, like incredible, you guys. So Ambre des Abysses, check this one out, please, please, please. VINEGIA 21 from the Merchant of Venice. Now I have spoken about this fragrance maybe like twice on my channel. Earlier today I was reading a review from a gentleman reviewing this scent on sniff, and he said it was a masterpiece, 10 out of 10, and I totally agree with that comment. With that review, I agree with everything. What you're gonna get with this fragrance is such a creamy, smooth, slightly smoky oud fragrance, but in the best way possible. For me, when I think of like a gourmand fragrance that I would love to smell on a man, I think of the Merchant of Venice. You have the vanilla, you have something kind of suede-y and creamy about it. There is a beautiful saffron touch in here. You have the oud, but it's much more in the background. It's not a skanky kind of dirty oud scent. It's a very soft oudy touch. And you also have some frankincense in the base, so the dry down of the scent becomes a little bit resinous at the same time. A 10 out of 10. I would say if you like fragrances like Rosendo Mathieu No. 5, try VINEGIA 21. This is way, way, way better than Rosendo Mathieu No. 5. This smells super refined and luxurious and creamy and just indulgent and incredible. Guys, get on this one, you will not regret it. It is fantastic. And finally, I have a new release. This is Tobacco Honey from Guerlain. I actually just got my bottle, so I haven't really had the chance to test out the wear time, but I am in love with this fragrance, especially for the fall and winter. Yeah, this is exactly what the name of the fragrance is. This is tobacco and honey and tonka and vanilla. It's so smooth and well blended and rounded and sweet, but not too sweet. Now, I do want to say, for me personally, honey can go, it can be hit or miss for me personally. Sometimes honey is overwhelmingly sweet and almost animalic in a way. In here, they have done it perfectly. They have done it right. And also I want to say that the tobacco in here is not a smoky tobacco. It's more of like a suede kind of clean tobacco vibe, like, if that makes any sense. Like it smells quite suede, quite clean. I don't want to say fresh, but I think you guys know what I mean. Sometimes tobacco fragrances can smell really, really smoky, whereas in here, it doesn't smell too smoky at all. You feel the tobacco, you feel the honey, you feel the creaminess, the sweetness. It's just wonderful. This fragrance does remind me a little bit of Un Air d'Apogée by Violet, which you guys have heard me recommend before. I would say this one is definitely sweeter with that Guerlain touch, but they are kind of similar. Like the tobacco honey vibe is quite similar. But totally recommend it. A fantastic release from Guerlain, especially for men. Anytime that a man wears tobacco with a little bit of sweetness, it is incredibly addictive for us women. I hope that you enjoyed this video hearing about my new favorite fragrances for men. I hope that you guys will check out some of them, if not all of them. And if you guys have any questions, leave them for me down below. I would be happy to help you out. If you wanted to purchase one or get a sample, I would be happy to help you out in the comments. So thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.